Yo, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be working on a CRF50 today, or XR50 is what it is, with CRF50 plastics. Today I got the rear shock that I'm going to install. The rear shock that's on there now, it works fine, but it doesn't have the bump stop inside of the shock. So I'm going to put this new one in here, and this is sprung for, you know, big fatso adults that, you know, want to ride a little baby bike still. So I'm going to install this. I'm going to see if I can find the wiring to the kill switch, because there's no kill switch on the bike right now, and I'm going to install this if I can. And I'm going to tape around the exhaust. The exhaust doesn't have the exhaust cover on it, so I'm going to use some exhaust wrap on it and wrap it around, and that way the you know, exhaust doesn't burn anything, my pants or anything, while I'm riding. And I'm going to clean the carburetor, that way it can run nice and smooth, because it's been sitting for a long time before I got it. So I'm going to do that, and hopefully this joint will be running nice and good. I'm going to go ahead and take the bike apart. First thing I'll do is put the shock on, get this on here good, and then we'll be ready to rock. Let's get it. All right, we're gonna take these screws out of here from the back, take the seat off, and hopefully we can get to this shock without having to take all the plastics off. If not, no big deal, the plastics are easy to come off anyway. Let's go ahead and get this off. I'm excited to get this whole project done. This bike and the 70, that way we can, you know, make some more fun videos instead of just working on stuff. Working on stuff is cool, but I like riding more than I like mechanicking. So let's get these two bolts off. Dang, this one's hard to come off here. Let me straighten this out. Try to get it off easier. But basically, yeah, the rear shock that was on here, the stock one that's on here, does not have the bump stop. So every time I sit on it and hit a little bump or anything, this exhaust right here hits the side of this tire, literally like touches it. You can see right here how it see that right there. Now this exhaust, boom, rubs down on here, and you don't want that to happen while you're riding, so that's why I'm fixing this. Let's go ahead and take the seat off. Oh, I think this whole joint is gonna come off. I'll just take the whole thing off. I'm gonna take these screws off the end. I like this stripped in there, but I'm gonna take them off, and hopefully it'll all be good. These bolts kind of stripped on here, but see if we can get them off. There we go. This whole thing should come out. Let's see. There we go. Yup. Easy. Let's see what we need to get this off now. Alright, so this has some bolts right there that I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna take this off of this end and hold it, this end tight. And then on the bottom, same thing, same setup right here. So take these off. I'm gonna slide the shock out, and let's get to work. There we go. Same size. Yep. Here we go. Whoa. All right, we got it. Got it out. Look, this is how it was sitting when I was all the way squatted down on the bike. Like I would hit a bump over top the curb or whatever. Look, it would go all the way down and touch the tire just like that, yo. And that's what we don't want. So we're gonna go ahead and get this new Jimmy Jank put on in here. All right, you guys can see right here how this stock shock doesn't have a bump stop inside of it, and this one does. See that little rubber thing right here? That's what, you know, I needed. So I just went ahead and got the big heavy duty one anyway, just because. Let me go ahead and take these zip ties off the ends right here. That way I can put this on here. Right, got this back shock in here. We'll go ahead and tighten it up on the bottom, and then we're gonna hit the top. it's not lining up now. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Maybe get a screwdriver and like jam it in the end and then try to like pull it. Let me see. I don't know. I ain't never. Oh, there we go. That works. Dope. I'm a professional mechanic, man. Look at it. I got a screwdriver and I just jammed it in there for some leverage to push that thing down. Perfect. Now I just gotta put the thing on the end, tighten it up, and we should be ready to rock. Oh, that's way stiffer, yo. Yeah. It sits a little higher too, which I don't really like. But I'm gonna see. Let me see. I don't want this joint sitting all high up in the air like an SSR, looking like a cheap Chinese bike. Let's go ahead and tighten this joint up on the top, and then on the bottom I'll tighten it up the rest of the way because I kind of just tightened it a little bit on the bottom. Boom. Let's get the bottom. Tighten that up right here. And I'm assuming when I sit on it, it'll sit a little bit lower. Kind of like how it does stock. But it is about a ½ an inch taller or so if you want to see. You can see it's just a little bit higher. Not bad though. Cool. We got it in there. That thing's rideable now. I'm gonna clean the carb. But first I'm gonna get the exhaust wrap on there while I got all the plastics off. Alright, so I never used one of these exhaust wrap things before. Let's see if I can't figure it out right now. Shouldn't be too hard. Should just be able to wrap it around and then use the clamps at the end to secure it on there. I think this might make it look a little cooler too. We'll see. So, opening this joint up. These are the clamps that you use to clamp it tight. These joints right here. And then here's the exhaust wrap right here. Let's see. This is really for big bikes, but it should work for my joint too, no matter what. I take that little staple out of there so we can use these joints. And I guess we go ahead and wrap it around. I wonder if it'll be easier if I take the exhaust off instead of trying to like sieve it through these things. And I don't feel like taking it off. I'm just gonna stretch it all the way out really far, and then I'm gonna cut it. And if I got some leftovers, cool. Alright, that should be long enough. I just ripped off some extra just because I'm better off having too much on there than too little, and then having to double back down with some exhaust wrap, whatever you call this. I'm gonna try to get it on the exhaust as tight as I can. Alright, so I got this exhaust cover on here, the exhaust, you know, stuff on here. All I did was just wrap it around, wrap all the way around. And I finished it off right here at the end. All I'm gonna do now is put the clamps on the ends right here, boom, and then right there in the end, and then I'll be done with that. After this, I'm gonna clean the carb out, and then at the end, I'll see if I can install that kill switch. Let's get it. Alright, I got these clamps on here, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom right here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the ends of these so that it's shorter. I'm gonna cut them off like that with some scissors or something. And then, yep, then we're gonna get that carb off and get it cleaned up. Alright, y'all, so now what we're gonna do is take this carburetor off. Because this thing runs, but it runs a little rough. You gotta keep the choke on, and you know, carb needs to be clean for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. And take these 2 8mm screws out on both sides of the carb. Alright, cool. So I got the screws off. These 2 8mm joints that held the carb inside of there. Now, wait. Oh shoot, the whole thing that came off. Alright, look. That came off. This filter. Now I'm just gonna take this, make sure the gas is off and take this gas thing out of here. And then unscrew that out the top and look at the pliers. Get some gas coming out of here. bunch of old gas in that joint. Alright, so I'm gonna take this carb apart and clean it out. First thing I'm gonna do is take these bottom screws off right here. Alright y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean the carburetor on this XR50. If you guys want to see how I did it, check out the video up there on how to clean a carb on the XR50. Really easy, real simple, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it and I'll holler at y'all when I'm done with it, okay? Alright, so I got the bike laying down right here. You can see right here the gas draining out. I got that gas draining out through the gas hose that went inside of the carb. So that's draining out, and I got the I'm gonna get some brand new gas, put it inside the bike once we're all done. Alright y'all, so we got the carburetor on here. What we're gonna do now is throw the plastics on, and then I'm gonna go ahead and change the oil, and then this bike should be, you know, running like new, hopefully. Let's see. It's back on. Right. Boom. Basically what I'm gonna do is just put everything back how I had it, you know, the reverse of what I did in the beginning. Alright y'all, I got the exhaust cover on here. This thing's looking nice, yo. Coming together pretty. I don't know, part of me wants to put the stock bars back on, because I'm not really a big fan of big monkey bars on lower bikes. You know, I feel like these bars are almost as long as the bike itself, you know what I mean? So it feels kind of weird. It throws the geometry off for me, personally. But I'm gonna rock and roll how it is, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna make no excuses or nothing. And all I gotta do now is change the oil. I'm gonna have a separate video on that too, y'all can go check out. It's gonna be how to change the oil real quick. And I'm gonna get that done right now. I'll go ahead right up down the street, show y'all that it runs and runs good, hopefully, you know what I mean? And yep, that's it. Let me go ahead get everything that I need to change the oil. Alright y'all, we just finished the oil change and everything. I'm gonna ride this bike up and down the street, make sure it runs good. What I had figured out was, look, the bike wasn't running good. One of the reasons why was because it had a big old air filter on here, this big black one that I got on here now. What I did was I just ripped a big hole through the back of it. But you know, don't ride in the dirt like that, because you're just gonna suck in dirt right into the carb. But that was keeping it from it was making it bog out. So I would give some gas and it'd be like right away every single time. Then it would catch back up after a while. But I figured out that when I took the air filter off, it ran fine, perfect. So what I did was I ordered an OEM joint or whatever, like the nicer, you know, version of the OEM one. And it's gonna be here Thursday, so I'm gonna throw that on there when it gets here. But meanwhile, I'm gonna just ride like this. If it works, good. You know, if not, I'll just take it off. But the bike should run perfect now, y'all. We got the new oil, just cleaned the carb, new gas in here. We ready to rock, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and start it up, right up and down the street, and I'll show y'all. Turn the gas on. Just gonna crank her up.